Hey guys, it's Bizarre Individual, and today is going to be more of a discussion video for you. I'm going to be going over how to start a manga collection. It is going to be not really a manga collection, but more of a how to start any collection. But I'm mostly going to be referring to manga as that's what I have the most of. But yeah, it's just going to be the do's and don'ts, the mistakes I made, and kind of my journey and what I would have changed. Um, definitely not bragging on my size. With that said, I do have about 3,000 manga volumes, a whole entire huge shelf full of anime DVDs, and a couple Blu-rays. I'm slowly switching over, but yeah, I'm not going to be one of those that replaces any unless I like absolutely love the series. But anyways, yeah, I have been collecting manga since I was, and anime since I was 12 years old. I started really early in middle school. Yeah, so back then when I collected, I definitely I definitely didn't buy as fast as I do now or a year ago. I am trying to slow down, so these mistakes and stuff that I'm going to go over with you, I have definitely applied to this year, and but yeah, so I just wanted to say I started out, I only got a couple. For one, I didn't have a job, but whatever came in, I read, I enjoyed, I watched, I enjoyed. So yeah, let's just begin. So point number one, do not judge the size of anyone else's collection. And this is very important. One, at least for me, is I would go online, look up pictures of other people's collections at first before I discovered YouTube. And once I got into YouTube, even before I was making videos for about a whole entire year, I would look at other people's collection and be like, wow, I have nothing. And yeah, just an example, I had a whole entire, like let's just say a whole entire shelf I had full of manga and anime. They were, together, and I had that full, and I used to be so proud of it. I used to be like, um, come look at this, come look at this. Like once, one of my friends came over or something, I was super proud of it, and I thought like it was so much, which a whole entire shelf is definitely a lot, but yeah, so it just kind of defeated the value of it by judging it based on someone else's, and I couldn't enjoy it more. It made me want more and more and more and more, and with doing that, I would just go out and I would get a whole bunch, and I wouldn't have time to watch it all. I wouldn't have time to read it all. I just consume to try to keep up with someone else's size, so I didn't appreciate my collection as much. So definitely never judge anyone's. Also, keep in mind when you are collecting is you don't want to try to keep up with anyone, because for one, keep up at your own pace. Like two, that other person might have different hobbies, a different life than you, and you might want to put your money, which I'll talk about in a second, towards other things, and yeah, other hobbies. So that's perfectly fine. So, and also another thing, when there's nothing wrong with living at home. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could live at home. I would save money, but is I was watching someone else's collection video a while ago, and she would get like, I'm not going to name drop in this video at all. So she would name drop. Wow, she would get about 500 manga volumes in like 1 month, and I'm like, how are you doing this? And I would not, I guess, not intentionally try to keep up with her, but in a way I would. And like the more that I got to know and talk to her, she turns out she lives at home, so she doesn't have rent. So I'll just go ahead and tell you some personal stuff. I pay $800 for rent, so that $800 she doesn't have. So she has $800 more to spend. So why, so you can't really judge that person's collecting, or those person's haul videos of how much they're getting in at a time for their collection, because they might have more money than you, and so if I didn't have rent, I could keep up, but like you can't. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, let's see. Okay, so point number 2, take your time and enjoy what you have. So kind of like I was talking about, um, one of my friends, she only gets a couple volumes ahead of herself. She reads everything that she like comes in. She might have like just like the next volume or 2 volumes. She just started collecting like a year and a half ago, and she already has like a full shelf of just manga. So that's freaking awesome, and you can tell how much she enjoys. Like every single series that she has, she enjoys so much. She like talks about it. You can just tell how much she loves it, and that's just freaking awesome. Um, so yeah, and then also enjoy what you have, because if you don't and it starts coming in, it's going to overwhelm you. So point number 3, be somewhat picky. Now, I'm all about trying new things, and definitely go out of your comfort zone. But with that said, if you're gonna like something or not. Like, trying to think of an example. So, like, if you don't like little kid stuff, then don't get little kid stuff. Like that. But then, like, I used to not be really big into fan service, and I tried this new manga, and it had a lot of fan service in it, but it was also a comedy, and I love comedy, and I really enjoyed it. So that's kind of going out of my comfort zone with something that I know that I may like. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so be somewhat picky, and look up reviews on stuff. Ask your friends. Read the back of stuff. They also have free first chapters of stuff online, so go read those to see it. Do research before you get something, so that will help you out a lot. Yeah. So also, next thing under that one is, don't get something just because it's big. Don't get something because everyone's talking about it. Vinland Saga right there. Couldn't get into it. It was okay. It was just kind of boring. Read the first 2 volumes twice. Um, so like with that money that I spent on Vinland Saga, granted I got them on sale, I could have put it towards another series that I absolutely love. Like that's the thing. Like there's so many things out there that you are going to absolutely love. That's going to be like your next new favorite. Like um, if you're somewhat picky and you keep that in mind, and you go out and you do a little bit of research, you're only going to have stuff coming in that you absolutely love, that you absolutely enjoy, stuff like that. Like maybe even for your first volume of something new, you borrow it from a friend at first, and then if you like the series, you continue it, something like that. Um, let's see if I got everything on this. Okay, next one is know your budget. So this year I set a budget for myself. It's might as well say it's $60 per paycheck, and I have to stick to it. So whether it's a sale, whether I kind of have to like know what my next thing is. So I'll talk about it. Oh, I think it's under this category. Oh, it's in the next category. But anyways, so what I do is I'm doing a buddy read with Lindsay Tutt. Wasn't going to name drop. Oops. Anyway, sorry. I'm doing buddy read, and I get that volume first because I know that that's the most important. Then I have categories that I'll talk about in a second, and I can get one from each category, and that's kind of how I buy it now. And then if I know that there's a sale coming up, I'm obviously not going to spend that $60. I'm going to save it for the sale. So stuff like that. So also under this one is remember that this is a hobby. You don't want to get obsessed with it. Like you don't want to put it above things that you absolutely need. Like be an adult. Like pay your bills first. Know that it's okay to have other hobbies. You're supposed to have fun with this, and if you're literally your fridge is completely empty. You don't have any money to go through a drive-through. If you spend all your money on manga for that month and your account's in the negative, then it's not really a hobby. It's not fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're stressing. So let's see. So don't buy something just because it's cheap. I've definitely fallen in that hole. Never buy something just because it's cheap. I would always go and get like the cheapest series, whether I was into it or not, and just buy the full thing. Even if it's like you're getting like 5 volumes for $20, you could literally get 2 new volumes that you know that you're absolutely gonna love for maybe not $20, but you know, for around there. Always look for sales and deals. Right Stuff has a lot of sales and deals. Books a Million. Barnes and Noble has the buy two get one free a lot of times on like different publishers. Just look around. Like I said, Right Stuff has the holiday sale that I'm obsessed with. They have birthday sale that's going to come up. Right Stuff is always like $2 to $5 cheaper on the manga than normal book places. If you're out of the country, then Book Depository I hear is really good. I haven't checked it out myself, which I need to. I'm kind of pissed at Amazon right now, so I was going to order on Amazon, but I think I'm going to look and see those books on Book Depository first. Yeah, so just always kind of look around. Another thing that's kind of good about budgeting is, this is anime, not manga, but so I already traded in, but I bought this, and it comes with both parts. And if I knew that it came with both parts, if I looked into it, I wouldn't have got the second part. So I bought this thinking it was just the first part, and then I bought the second part twice. So I could have saved my money there, put it towards something else. I traded in and got some money back, but definitely not as much as I paid for it. Even though I did get it for cheap, but I probably got like $3 for it versus the $10 that I spent. See what I'm saying? So definitely look what you're getting. So, by the way, I can't even get into this series. I tried, but anyways, this one, Crying Free Man, I just saw that it was rare and I'd never seen it before. Really wanted to get it. I got volume 1 and volume 3, or volume 1 and volume 3, whatever. Really enjoyed the series, but volume 2 is really hard to find, and they came out with a set of the whole thing. So what I paid for these, I paid $10 each. Online it's selling, the whole entire thing selling for $10. So now I have to either try to find the second volume or rebuy the thing. So if I was just patient and I wasn't like, oh, deal, then if I was patient and I looked around and I did my research, then I could have had this full thing for the same price. And now I have to spend more money to get it, but I really enjoy it, so I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna buy the full thing, but whatever. Yeah, so those are just examples. Yeah, just do your research, because another one where I thought that I had to get the OVA and buy a completely another series of the OVA at the end. Turns out I already owned the OVA and it was at the end of the DVD that I bought. I don't know why they put it on the other one. But yeah, just do your research. Okay, so next one is, point number 5 is to make a list. Like I was talking about before, I kind of broke my list into 4 different categories. One is going to be a clamp / yaoi. I want to make a shelf full of both of those. So I kind of put those together so I can get, in my budget, I can pick like 2 from that one. And then I did a gap one. So my gaps, like I have a gap shelf, so I can go to that and I can pick in my budget and try to find those, fill those in, whichever cheapest way that I find. And then I have an ongoing one where it's my ongoing, which is going to be on that shelf. I need to get a new shelf and organize that. But my ongoing series that are ongoing, to try to keep up more to date with that this year. The other one I think was, I forgot what the other one was. I don't know. But anyways, I have it written down somewhere. But that's not the point. So the point is to make a list. And then stick to the list and stay focused. Like, my first 2 things are to get banana fish and Dory Hero. And then another point is don't let don't let your collection control you. Like, it's a hobby, it's meant to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy it. So, like, all of these go into it. You know, you're supposed to enjoy it. If you budget, if you don't stress about other things, like, oh, that was point 6, is don't let your collection control you. So, I wanted to talk about out of print. So, so you have to kind of think of what type of collector you want to be. If you get out of print stuff and you may not get the other ones, if you're not willing to pay hundreds of dollars for some volumes, yes, it's crazy. Or even some anime DVDs, some of them are really out of print, like the Zoids, the ones that I want, that I had them all that got stolen. But anyways, one's going for $263, and that's the cheapest, and I want Zoids so bad because I love Zoids. It's one of my favorite animes. But anyways, so if you don't want to spend that much money, which is, I don't spend that much money, that goes against, the budget point, but anyways, is to go on eBay and keep in mind, just because it's out of print and everyone's talking about how good it is and stuff, there's so many other series you can enjoy. You don't have to have that out of print series. You don't. So if you go on eBay and you find it for a good price in your price range, in your budget, then you can get it. And on eBay or other places, some other places, but like on eBay, I'm just using that example because you can buy the full out of print thing all in one go for, even if you spend like $200. I know that seems like a lot, but you can get like the whole entire out of print thing for $200, and that's actually a pretty good deal. You just have to save for it, like put $20 of your budget each month, and then you go look for whatever series you want, so then you have like $200 saved up. So anyways, just stuff like that. Let's see what else. So like, if you're that collector that you don't mind having just part of a series and you enjoy that part of the series, that's fine. Just buy whatever part of the series you can get of it. But if you want the full thing, then don't be buying just little parts like I did, because it's kind of, the gaps are driving me up the wall. But yeah, so, and then another one of my friends, he only buys the series that he knows that he can get the full thing of. He has billions and billions and billions of volumes. So, and he only gets ones that he knows that he can get the full thing of. And I mean, I was kind of joking with him. I was like, that's cheating. But anyways, but he has so many, and so like, that's like, you don't have to get every single thing. You're never going to get every single thing. So if you want the full thing of something, only go after the full thing. If you're okay with only having part of it, you get what I'm trying to say on that one. Okay, so yeah, so then also what's not another thing to control you is to get like the newer series, like kind of like what I was talking about, and you can actually, they're still in print and you can get each volume, which is what I'm trying to keep doing. And yeah, so I already read all those, so yeah. So with that said, I guess we're going to get a little bit personal. My biggest mistake is, I guess, the sale thing, and the reason why I want to tell you this is to make sure that you guys know that I'm not judging anyone on this. So I literally got a credit card. It was $3,000, and 2 years ago, I racked up that whole entire credit card on just anime and manga for the holiday right stuff sale. So yeah, and I'm still paying that off, and I still regret it. And yeah, so I'm, with everything that I said, like, I really want you to like listen to those points and not make the same mistake as me. So I am correcting it. Like I said, I set up a budget. I've actually stuck to it so far. Granted, it's only 1 month, but and then I also, another thing that you can do, I didn't even write this down, but is me and my friend, I guess I might as well name drop her again, Lindsay, we do months where we help each other out, and we do a no-buy month where, of course, like, she gets some pre-orders, so that doesn't count. We literally have a whole entire month where we just save that extra money and put it towards where we need it. We don't buy, any manga, any anime. You can make the rules however you want, but just have no-buy months and make it a game with your friends or something. Something fun like that. And even if they don't do anime or manga, then find out what they spend their money on and have a no-buy with them, to try to catch up. And not only catch up on money, but like catch up on your reading, stuff like that. Because during that month I read a lot more than I normally did. So yeah, I think that is it. But mostly just enjoy what you have, and if you have any more tips or points, or you feel like I missed anything, or you want to talk about anything, leave it in the comment below. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.